Hey, what's up guys? El here again, and today we're going to do a deck profile on the Baby Big B Killer deck. B as in blocker, and it totally eliminates them. And for the first thing, we're going to go over the leader card, and the leader card is Baby. On the front side, it's pretty vanilla. Whenever it attacks the leader card, you can draw a card, and when you get to 4 or less life, you can awaken and switch 2 energies back to active. And on the back side, whenever it attacks, you can choose one of your battle cards and one of your opponent's battle cards, and they both lose 10,000 power. Very effective in getting rid of blockers. So the first card we're going to go over is the Unrelenting Assault Trunks. It's a good attacker that you can put out in the field for over 3 with no energy cost. And when you send it back to the warp, instead for sending it to the warp, you put it back into your hand. So you can use it for combo power or just using that overrun ability again for your next round. The next card we're going to go over is Vow Revenge. So if your leader card is a Machine Mutant, which Baby is, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it loses 15,000 power for the duration of the turn, which kills most cards, especially in early game. The next card we're going to go over is Saiyan Daughter Bulma. Well, this is basically just a searcher for the Vegeta or the Bulma out there. And talking about Bulma, that is the next card we're going to talk about, and that's Dependable Mom Bulma. Or this Bulma, when you switch it to in your active main, you switch this card to rest mode, you draw a card, and you choose one of your battle cards, and it gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. So you can see how this works really well with some of the other abilities of Baby. So you don't have to eliminate one of your battle cards, or you can just use it to boost up one of your attacks. And the next card we're going over is the Planet M2. It's a field card, so it's always going to stay out there even if they Zeno everything. And when you activate during battle, you can switch it to rest mode, and you choose one of your opponent's battle cards, and it loses 5,000. So these abilities can stack up, so you can easily get to 20,000 and destroy most cards that way. The next card is Unending Awakening. So it's a counter attack. You negate the attack, then you choose your leader card, and it gains 5,000 for the duration of the turn, just like a Zenyazu bead would. And this is only works for red Saiyan cards, which Baby is. And then Revenge Death Ball, which is very good. So if your leader card is a red Baby, it gains 10,000 power for the duration of the battle, then chooses up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it loses 15,000 power for the duration of the turn. Another great way to eliminate those Pexy blockers out there. It's very powerful. And this is your searcher for a Baby out there. So you got the Bola, and the Dr. Mew. And let's go over to this one, the Daily Training Vegeta. So when you play this card, you draw a card, which is, pretty good, standard for a 2-drop. And then we got the Super Combo. You can use any of the red Super Combos. And, when you have 4 or less life, you can use it to combo and you can draw a card. Everybody knows that. And Intensifying Power Trunks, it's a good way to awaken. And you're going to add critical damage to your opponent. Lowers their hand. And Baby Vengeance Unleashed. So this is the Union Absorb card. So I know the wording on here is very confusing, but basically you're going to take the Daily Training Vegeta. After you attack with him, you're going to place him underneath this Baby Vengeance Unleashed. And then you can bring out the big boy, the Saiyan Strength Baby. So this one's a double strike. And when you play this card, if your leader card is Red Machine Mutant, which Baby is, you draw a card, then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it loses 20,000 for the duration of the turn. Kills most cards. Very powerful. And the next card we're going is the Virtuous Strength Gohan. And during your turn, when this card KOs an opponent's battle card, inflict 1 damage to your opponent. And another great way, I call it the Blocker Killer, because nobody wants to use their blockers because they were going to have to take a damage and lose a card. And then Digging Deep Vegeta. So if you're not awakened, and this is a great way to awaken, when this card attacks, you may choose up 2 cards from your life and add them to your hand. If you choose to add 1 or more cards to your hand, switch this card to active mode, and it gains 5,000 power for the duration of the turn. And another great blocker killer is Pride and Justice Topo. It's you can negate the attack, and if you or your opponent is at 15,000 power or more, you can play it for 2 red energy. And when this card KOs an opponent's battle card, switch to active mode. It's another card they don't want to activate their blocker because it gives you another chance to attack. The blocker killer is the Miraculous Comeback Gohan. So if you have only 3 or less cards besides this card in your hand, so 4 cards in your hand, reduce the energy cost of this battle card by 4. When this card KOs your opponent's battle card, inflict 2 damage to your opponent. It's another great blocker killer. They don't want to activate their blocker because they're going to take a life. So, and the last and the big hitter of them all is the Grade 8 Baby. So it's a triple strike. You can evolve it over a baby for 4 when this card attacks or your opponent plays a battle card. If your leader card is a machine mutant, draw 1 card and choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it loses 20,000 power for the duration of the turn. So you can see how this deck is extremely powerful in getting rid of all those blockers. You can clear field fairly easy, and there's great ways to defend yourself. And then you can see why he won the first tournament at the Warhouse that we had. Shout out to Hershey with some of his deck profile, and hopefully you guys have a chance to play against him when you guys go to the Warhouse this Thursday. Alright guys, see you later Super Squad, L out.